Go. Good morning, actually just about to be good afternoon, chaps. So today's video, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and it's designed to give anybody who is struggling with motivation, well, just that, some motivation, because quite often people will say to me, well, it's okay for you, Doug, because you like the gym, it's your passion, you enjoy it. Let me tell you something. I get genuine anxiety about 80% of my gym sessions. I do not look forward to them. Sure, I look forward to some of them. There are some times where I'm like, God, I can't wait to get out, get to the gym, clang and bang, move some weight, all the usual stuff. But the vast majority of my sessions, I do not look forward to them at all. My passion, my reason for doing all of this, whether it's training or talking about training on YouTube and podcasts and all the other social media platforms, and it's my business as well, is because I'm addicted to the feeling that I get from the gym. Because I realized that it's so powerful and it penetrates so many other areas of my life in such a positive way that I want other men to feel that. But I didn't just wake up one day and suddenly feel motivated or feel confident to go to the gym. I went in as the super skinny 19-year-old, I think the first time I set foot in a gym, not knowing a thing, looking like a child basically. And like everybody else, I had to face the music, I had to face the intimidating environment, I had to learn, I had to struggle, I had to push through. People see the people who were at the top, and by the way, I definitely do not class myself as one of them, and they think it was just given to them. Even the people who are on steroids, people say, oh, well, it doesn't count, he's on steroids. It's like, you do realize that even for that person who is on steroids, to get the physique that they've got has come from years of hard work. Because yeah, there is some stuff that shows that, people can build muscle without even training on steroids, but the vast majority of the work is done in the gym regardless. The reality is the steroids, all they do is speed up the recovery process so that the person can go and train harder more often. They can basically just lift more volume. That's basically what most of these steroids do. So it is a little bit frustrating when people say to me, like, it's okay for you, you like it, it's your passion. But at the same time, I do get it and I do empathize with it. But if you are struggling with this stuff, if you are at the beginning of your journey, or if you are not motivated, if you are out of shape or anything like that, please know that everybody starts in that same place. And I know that might just sound like a bit of an affirmation, but really listen to this, really tune in. I got a comment the other day on one of my videos saying, same old YouTube garbage. And I was like, maybe we're onto something. If you keep hearing the same thing and you're resisting it, maybe we're onto something. I wrote it on X the other day, like, my biggest lesson so far this year is don't fight market conditions. Now, what I meant by that was basically, if you're going against what people want or what the world is trying to give you, the universe is trying to give you, or, if you're trying to fight something that deep down you're wrong about, you're just going to lose. Don't fight market conditions. And you can look at that from a business perspective, from a physique perspective, a diet perspective, anything like, because you can bury yourself in excuses and validation as to why you're not getting the results, or why someone else is but you're not, or why you're special. But ultimately, that isn't going to change anything. The reason I am so passionate about this stuff, the reason I turn up every single day doing YouTube, doing socials, speaking to my clients, doing all of this stuff, is not because of accolades. It's certainly not because of money, I'll tell you that for free. It is because of the feeling that I get from immersing myself in this world. The mindset that it puts me in, the lessons that the gym has taught me over the years, the character traits it's instilled in me, it's built in me. And if I just did what I felt like doing, please understand, I would be a fat, lazy, depressed piece of shit who just sits around making excuses, blaming other people, validating my own excuses, and being the victim. And the inspiration for today's video, by the way, came from the fact that there's a guy who I see in the gym, no idea what his name is. He's just a regular looking dude, not particularly jacked, not some kind of social media influencer, just comes in, does his stuff, normal guy, right? A couple of weeks ago, I noticed him because he was pretty much hobbling through the gym and he had one of those like cages around his legs. So I can only assume he was in some kind of horrendous car accident or maybe a construction site injury or something like that. Like his leg had obviously been shattered to a million pieces and they've put it back together with these like cages, those metal pins. Anyway, he is in the gym training with a metal cage around his leg, right? Now, he is now kind of like, they've taken the cage off, which is great, so it's obviously recovering, but he's hobbling around on a crutch, but he is still turning up. Do you think he wants to do any of this? No, he knows that if he does it, he's gonna get that feeling. So all we're doing is chasing, human beings, we spend our lives chasing feelings. We spend our lives chasing dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, all of this sort of stuff. This is just, in my opinion, a very positive way of doing that. And seeing this guy doing that and thinking, God, there are 1 billion people on this planet now, 1 billion with a B, who are obese, and 99% of them don't need to be obese. Of course, there are always exceptions to the rule. There are people who, for whatever reason, they cannot go to the gym. But I guarantee you, those people, that 1%, they're the ones who wish they could because they've had that freedom taken away from them. I'll give you another example. Just this morning, I spoke to a guy. I'm not going to reveal who or where because I don't want to invade his privacy, even though he has gone public about this. And he has stage 4 cancer. I'll give you some stats around this guy. He's 41 years old. He's a friend of mine. Last year he completed an Ironman. And they found out that he actually completed this Ironman whilst he had the cancer. And I speak to him and his voice, still positive, still there, still engaged, still wanting for more. So if these guys can do this stuff, you can do it too. And I'm not saying this to put you down. I'm saying this to hopefully inspire and to motivate. And also because the reason I do this genuinely, and again, this is dark, this is deep, but this is how I get the motivation. This is how I conjure it up in my brain. Is because I know that there is going to come a day when I can't do what I do. When I'm sat on my own in a dark room, when no one cares about me, effectively just waiting to die. And I can clearly visualize that scene. And it makes me a little bit like emotional, it makes me a little bit like, Jesus Christ, like, because I can see it so clearly. The scarier part, I don't know when that's coming. I could get hit by a bus today and that could come. I could be completely paralyzed. And I'm just sitting in a room and for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, people care. And then you're just another statistic. I think we forget sometimes how privileged we are to be able to do it. We see it as something that we have to do, that we need to do. And I understand that, and I'm part of this, and I'm not saying that this is a problem because I think there's a time and a place in it for it, but like sometimes you have got to dole out some tough love. This isn't that. This is trying to invite you to the party. Because let me tell you, there's a party going on in these gyms. And the best part is that the good gyms are the inclusive places. They're welcoming, anyone can go. And in fact, the funniest part is the guys who are the biggest guys, who are the most sort of throwing the weight around, the most confident and stuff, they're also the nicest. And I'll tell you why. It's because A, they've been doing it the longest, so they're the most comfortable in that environment. And B, because they remember how you felt today. Because I remember that. I have that memory etched into my brain. I know how it feels. I know how futile it feels, but you just have to keep turning up and to trust the process that it will take hold. And it's hard because there's no certainty of when, but there is a certainty that it will. So yeah, if you're struggling for motivation, look far into the future. Look at the trajectory that your current life is on. Don't think about where you are. Don't think like, oh, well, it's okay right now because X, Y, and Z. Think about the trajectory that you're on. And if you're on a good trajectory and you genuinely think deep down, yeah, I'm on the right trajectory, congratulations, I'm buzzing for you. But if you're not, then think ahead to the version of you that you're heading towards. And it may be a version of you that's 5 years away, 10 years away, it could be 50 years away. For me, I'm 36 years old. I hope to be doing this for another 50 years. I saw a video of a guy on a social platform the other day. He was like 94 or something and he was deadlifting. And I was like, damn, I'd love to sit down with that man. I'd love to. Over all these celebrities and stuff, I want to interview him. So guys, I'll leave it there. But I didn't expect this video to be this long, to be honest with you. But I really hope this has helped someone. If it's helped one person, job done. Get up, get in the gym, get it done. Chase that feeling afterwards. Stack that feeling, stack those days. Know that everybody around you is on the same mission. And yeah, let's get there together, man. All right, cheers.